course, everything comes from space. What?
I'm glad they sprinkled the map was symmetrical.
Well, the thing is, maybe there was a lot more, but the Terrans already went out there and mined those away. But then they were fighting the Kokumu sector, so they left the spaceship.
Oh.
Before they mined all the minerals, and it just, you know what? It happens to be that it was in this way. Just as unlikely as if it was all together in the middle.
Wow. In the bottom left, our Protoss player playing beautifully. His ideas.
Liquid Hero.
Real question you got to ask is who's actually driving the spaceship? It does, you know, there's a war going on top of the spaceship.
I feel like this spaceship is abandoned. That's my thought.
Could be. All right, top center played very well that last game, but he needs to step it up. His ideas.
I really think that this is an abandoned spaceship. I'm looking.
Maybe it's that spaceship from Event Horizon.
Oh wow!
Did you see that movie?
Of course.
The movie's terrifying.
I don't know.
The movie's so scary.
A little bit.
The part where he like has that flashback to hell. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's like, what did you see inside the thing? And like, it's like all these mutilated bodies, like flashes really fast. I was like a kid when I saw that. I was like, yeah, scary.
I was too, but I'm hard.
I'm not hard, man.
You're not.
I'm a total softie. Yeah.
Every time we have a movie night, you want to watch a romantic comedy.
I know.
Why?
I want to watch a movie about, like, I want to watch cartoons about dogs. I'm like, let's watch 101 Dalmatians. Huh. Hero loses early on, but it looks like if he wins his games, or excuse me, yeah, if he wins his games, he wins. If he survives the early game, it seems like he's fine. Although 21 to 25 minutes drops to 40. That's interesting. Huh.
Wow.
I'm really curious to see if...
well, you know what? To be fair, Hero hasn't played enough GSL games for me to take a real lot of stock in all those numbers. But I do
That's a great point.
Yeah, I do like that it shows Supreme late game he wins a lot because he's such a scrappy player that if it gets to that Supreme late game, he really knows how to utilize everything that Protoss has in his arsenal.
Leenock, overall, really tends to win the early game. I mean...
Oh yeah, he's like July in that way. They are stylistically similar. This guy does a lot of great like roach baneling timings and stuff like that. Now, this map we definitely won't see that on. We're going to see him take 3 bases and probably a reasonably quick 4th after he makes sure that there's no crazy 3rd base timing coming to kill him. Which I wouldn't be surprised if Hero does on this map. Certainly would not be surprised, Tasteless.
Okay, quick 3rd here. Think of how big this spaceship actually is.
It's
like the size large, of like the Empire State Building flying in space.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, man.
Yeah, of course.
Colonial ships the Terran have already built that have gone deep into space, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Artosis.
Yes.
I have a joke.
Okay, do it.
All right. Why were the Terrans so sad?
Why?
Because they lacked vitamin D, because they didn't get any sunlight, because they were in outer space all the time.
But there's stars everywhere.
Yeah, but you don't get enough sunlight.
What about the vitamin D lights that they have in spaceships?
They didn't bring them.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
They must have been really sad.
They must have been really depressed.
Oh, that was a sick joke.
Yeah, man.
Holy crap. Trying to think of it.
I'd like to thank my writers.
Yeah.
We were working on that one for a couple weeks now. Finally figured out how to give that one legs.
I'm trying to think of a comedian I hate, but nothing comes to mind.
A comedian you hate?
Yeah.
You like Gallagher?
Yeah, dude. Do you write for Gallagher?
I write for Gallagher. I'm like, all right.
There you go. You're like, all right, listen.
I'm like, hold on, Gallagher. Sit down. You're going to smash a watermelon.
He's like, but listen, I think that's been over now. You're like, listen, dude. People love watermelons when they get smashed. And it's like, well,
you're gonna get watermelon all over him.
He's like, taste it.
He's like,
are you sure, man? You're like, dude, am I your writer or am I your writer? He's like, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean,
you're right. He's like, well,
don't work.
What, you know, Gallagher's like, well, I got this other idea. I was thinking I was gonna tell this joke, but I'm like, no, Gallagher, go. Sit down. All right, next you're gonna smash a cantaloupe. It's like, well, I don't know. I think this seems kind of trite.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, listen. I know comedy.
Oh, Tasteless. This pressure coming up. Just a slight pressure, but he is getting his warp gate is almost done right now. And this is actually a really quick 3 warp gate. It looks like we're going to see a very good amount of stalkers popping out, most likely. I don't think he's going to go sentry based on this. You know, Leenock hasn't even started Zergling speed. I'm actually kind of excited about this build, but there are a lot of Zerglings out. And he is, okay, yeah, so he is going Twilight behind this.
Right, notice he's making the pylons next to the wall here, just because there's less surface area. And
that's actually kind of rough, man.
Yeah.
Because that Roach Warren's about to finish. The 10 more Zerglings on the way. He's going to make nothing but units. Oh, no, he made 4 drones as well.
Should he ditch this?
He's not taking this that seriously.
Should he ditch all attempts and go back home?
I feel like this is absolutely not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Leenock found it a little bit too quick and killed that pylon off. And, I feel like he wasn't trying to go specifically. In fact, you know what? I know he wasn't trying to go specifically for a Zealot-based attack because he didn't get the +1. It looked with those 3 warp gates and then, of course, the Twilight Council coming in afterwards. Looked like he wanted to just do mass stalkers and micro while teching up at home. But it's kind of been ruined quite a bit. And now here come the Roaches.
Yeah, this is when you ditch this strat.
Yeah, it's nothing else to do with that right now. He's actually taking a 3rd base in this time. Now, Leenock is on 51 drones, and he's making a macro hatch. So with Zergling speed, Burrow, and Roach speed on the way, I feel like we're going to see just a few more drones popping out, and then we're going to see, like, unending attacks towards the 3rd and natural of Hero. And that's going to be really, really hard to hold. Like, if he holds it, that's so impressive. In fact, if Leenock doesn't do that, I'm going to be really kind of weirded out.
Looks like that's what he's headed towards.
This is just going to be a very difficult map to hold this all on. But Hero standing kind of in the middle of the bases. It's a good area to stand in, try to defend it in the early stages. And here we go, 9 Roaches on the way. Right as Roach speed's getting ready to finish. He does have Roaches and Lings down here already as well.
All right, he's going to be very careful with the force fields here. Nice! Isolating the Zerglings to take them on. Warps in some Stalkers.
And he's got to keep these sentries alive.
Oh my god, he's so good with his force fields.
Yeah, he's just great micro. In fact, Blink's about to finish, as is this cannon.
Wow, look at that control. Completely, it was like watching somebody fish. Like the sentries were like the fishermen.
Yeah. It was kind of like that. That's actually a good metaphor.
Thank you.
Believe it or not, you did good.
I did good.
Yeah. All right, so
I've done good.
The one thing I do have to say about Leenock is he doesn't actually have a lot of larva right now. I mean, he's producing a lot of units, but
you missed some injects. Those queens are all pretty low on energy.
Yeah, they're not that bad on energy, but we're gonna have to see, man, if he can actually hold this with his awesome micro. It's gonna be tough because look at that. Burrow is done. Burrow movement on the way, and Hero just now starting his robotics.
He's gonna be careful. Don't lose those sentries.
Right. Well done by Leenock. Great build by Leenock here as well. He wants to get those sentries over the Roaches so he can pop them up. Oh my god. And there you go. Beautiful move. Force Field's not going to do very much here. A couple of them do go down, but the Roaches, for the most part, just continuing to connect. And this is such a hard situation.
Give me an update on the detection here. How close is he to getting anything that's going to detect besides cannons?
The Robo is not done yet, so this is pretty hard. And I mean,
that was a big bungle there when he blinked on top of the Roaches. He really wanted him to stop attacking the Forge.
Yeah, and not just that, he didn't know that those units were so close to flank him right there.
Right.
And Leenock now, he's playing this very well. This is how he should be playing it. The Robo just finished. It is at the 3rd, so it can be taken out. Look at this. He's going to throw on 2 Forges right there. Very interesting.
You might want to put... No, I don't know. Right.
And he's going to go after this cannon right away.
Oh my god, the Observer's almost out.
He will get the Observer out, which is obviously going to be very helpful, but Leenock just screaming units down.
Towards the 2nd base.
Now, this is Hero's one chance. The Roaches are in different places. He has an Observer, but, oh man, those Zerglings going to the main base are going to be so hard to deal with. He's going to have to run those probes down. In the meantime, part of his army over here fighting the rest of Leenock's Roaches on the right side.
I think this is just enough to actually end the game.
Yeah.
I do not think Hero can actually survive this.
This is a rough map for him to try something like this in. And, well...
You know what? These Zerglings in the main were an attack move as well. So, I mean, the Zealots they were on attack move. So once the burrowed, the Zerglings burrowed, they actually just went out. So it looks like Hero might even lose his Nexus in the main.
He could. We'll see. But, well, a lot of damage still being done. Hero's still holding on because, as we said before, he just does not die no matter what. This is like a terribly hard situation. Only his great micro has actually kept him alive here.
Well, let's see if he can manage to stabilize. The problem is he's getting beaten up in one place at any point in time, even if he's holding it off somewhere else.
Well, you know, he saved his main Nexus, but that third Nexus is definitely going to go down.
He may tap out after the third Nexus goes down. I mean, Hero's pretty tenacious, but still.
He's up 90 supply right now, Leenock is. He's doing a great job. In fact, he's starting to make some drones even while he's attacking, deciding that he can actually fit in drones. And, oh man, look at this.
He's going to let him reach in?
Yeah.
He's going to have so many roaches, it doesn't matter, man.
Yeah, just trying to get under everything. And there he goes. Beautifully done. A nice blink away, but a lot does die because of it. Even leaving part of his roaches behind. And look at this, roaches into the main base. Camera angle's making me dizzy. And GG. Not surprised.
When he turned the camera like that, I got vertigo for a second.
All right, I do want to talk about that a little bit and the way that went and the choices made. Now, I feel like that's a map that you're going to have to do a 2-base timing on basically all the time. It's going to be so difficult to actually go ahead and take a third. Think about how hard it is on Daybreak to take a third, and third base and the natural have better chokes than we have here. The third base here basically has no choke. It has no choke. You have that one ramp in the middle.
It's got this big open area.
Yeah, and that makes it hard. You can't really wall that off. Of course, it takes a long time to run around to go there. So I feel like if you're going to play a 3-base style on that map, take the choke that he started out with for his Forge Expand. You have to remake your choke above where that ramp is that connects the third and the natural. You need a wall of buildings there in that smaller choke area, because that's where Leenock's rallying into, and then he's running back and forth between the bases. You can't let him do that. I feel like you really have to make a wall off there. And, I mean, that's like kind of an awkward, weird thing.
Maybe time out your gateways a little bit weirder when you get your next three gates.
Or just make some more. Because what that's going to do is force the Zerg to say, do I attack into this wall where there's going to be force fields and stalkers? Do I run all the way around? Because for the Protoss to get back and forth, it's very, very quick. For Zerg to do so, takes a lot longer, unlike Daybreak.
You know, I feel like maybe even a strategy like we saw in game number 1 might be better on a map like that. Something, because, I mean, the previous map we saw, it's pretty obvious the fundamental problem. Zerg's going to get a bunch of bases up without really feeling any more pressure.
Yeah,
You take the third base on that map, you feel just as not afraid as if you are on 2 bases.
If you're going to take a quick third against Zerg, you're going to have to make a building wall on a map like that. So
I agree.
You know, Hero, I definitely would have liked to see a build like game 1 or just anything other than taking a third and just trying to defend it via micro.
Looks like I was wrong, by the way, on my map prediction.
It is in 2. Ha!
It is in 2.
Artosis wins.
Artosis wins that round. I run game number 2.
That's it, Tasis.
We're 1-1.
Get in the GSL
The next
booth.
game is the rubber match.
Okay. All right. I was going to say, man, you lost. It's time to go sit in the booth, and we're going to gas you.
Yeah, man. That's what we were talking about originally, is we kill the losers here at the GSL. And when he types GG, he's like, no! And the booth fills up with water or something.
Guess you'd be the last person.
Leenock loses and all these scorpions fall down from the ceiling.
That'd be pretty funny.
It's the grimmest way to die. All right. It's time. Game number 3. Hero against Leenock. Who's going to win? We're going to find out soon. As the countdown started, the game will soon be loading. Tasis and Artosis, Tasis, the Gas and Archon, here at the GSL Codex.